Hi everyone, welcome. This is Dr. Tom DiPaoli. I'm going to go over a story, somewhat lengthy, about re-engineering purchasing. I actually experienced this, but a lot of the principles are like transformation and can be applied to other departments or companies also. So let's begin. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Hit the subscribe button. Here's the mission statement of my company, Apollo Solutions. It's about sharing hard knock lessons learned in life, career, and business. Here are some of my books, a lot of them business related. They're all on Amazon. I urge you to give them a try. I really believe they would help you. Here is my Common Sense Purchasing book, very unconventional purchasing guide. A lot of the lessons I learned from this re-engineering of purchasing are in the book. I think it'll really help you. It's also available on my website. Also, don't worry, I will give you an opportunity to get a copy of this presentation and the slides near the end of the presentation. Here is the story. I call it a journey from bureaucrat to explorer, smashing the traditional culture. I'll let you read some of this and a background how the journey began. Just about everything we could do wrong in purchasing, we did, as you can see. Then we benchmarked. We got all the information we could on our products, services, and materials, searched for best practices, talked to our customers. We built skills with our professionals and empowered them, and we challenged sacred cows. We reset the dial, basically. We had meetings asking lower prices and for our suppliers to do things that we had never asked them to do before. My site alone had 5,000 suppliers at the start. We asked them what we wanted, and surprisingly, a lot of them just said no and dropped off. We started to build relationships with them. Here's some key concepts. When you negotiate, you better have leverage or maximize it. You need to understand supplier costs. Have a methodology of selection. Balance price and payables. We standardized, the payables at 2%, 10, next 60. And then we re-benchmarked periodically. This is what we discovered. Pricing was way off. Okay. The company had over 40,000 suppliers. Procurement were bureaucrats. We were transactional, not strategic. We didn't trust their suppliers. They didn't trust us. We needed to upgrade our how-to systems, manuals, etc. Here's a process we did. We defined the customer's needs. We got a lot of intelligence about suppliers in the market. We did cost and value analysis. We negotiated with the plan, and then we selected and implemented. The results were significant. The savings of over 50 million. Visibility was demonstrated of procurement concepts and processes. It helped people understand. Major shift in purchasing professionals' capability. We did beachheads in reducing transactions and re-engineering. The next focus we did was consolidation of suppliers. In my plant, you can see the numbers went from 5,000 to 219. One very successful one was on paper machine clothing suppliers. It went from 28 to 4. A piece of clothing cost $30,000. And we extended the life. We expended the life of them. A significant reduction in the number of suppliers by category. Okay. We started to really look at total cost of ownership. Price was no longer king. We went for the best. Here's what happened when we consolidated. More volume discounts, total cost emphasis, much lower transaction cost, less complexity, improved confidentiality. It forces selection of the best-in-class suppliers. A lot of quality improved, and again, working capital, cycle time improved, and inventory was reduced. Here's some more values. Suppliers' roles changed dramatically to resources and consultants. Value-adding work began to rule. The adversarial posturing stopped. They were sort of our R&D talent and helped us. Morale and motivation improved with professionals. Expertise is shared and transactions streamlined. We did get a massive supplier reduction. Major process success stories. For example, paper machine clothing. I tried to mention in the before slide the average life of a $30,000 wire on a paper machine went from 30 days to 300. Working capital greatly reduced. A lot more hard savings came, and purchasing or procurement professionals' growth was dramatic. Keys to success. You got to have good cost, market, and industry intelligence. You must consolidate. You got to streamline your procurement transactions and give your people space or time to be strategic and not be clerks. We had strong leadership support, which if you don't have, this won't work. At the time, we had a favorable external environment. The capability improvement worked very well for our people. And we also expanded our networking and prospecting. We got to select the best suppliers, and we found out that we were. Strive for best practices. We actually had 28 of 30 of them. Know where they are and if they work and if they're right for your culture. We completed consolidation, and the re-engineering work made space for employees. We selected the best of the best. We had a process to do that. And we also had a continuous improvement process that we put in place. We had to work with suppliers to develop leading edge technologies. Worked out very well. Here's some advantages we got. Definitely total cost of ownership, was reduced. Process consistency and quality got better. We improved the cycle time. We did get access to more technology, reduced risk, and we built a competitive advantage which we thought was unique, and it was. We insisted on value-adding work only. We had to drag some people to best practices, fact-based processes, not emotion, and we just refused to do non-value-adding requests. We set high but achievable goals, and we mastered many of them. Here's a history on the purchase orders in my plant. Just too many steps. Supply managers just spent too many times on transactions. And many of the transactions were small dollars. And we had too much cost in order processing. Low dollar purchase orders were killing us. We missed discounts on payments and many mismatches. All right, now we reversed this. Too much time spent on transactions and too little on planning. People were buried by the bureaucracy. Way too many transactions per year. I had 40,000 at my site. Too many handoffs and much redundant work. Here's a picture of the swamp. Some of the things we did value chain charting. We looked at the processes and we charted it. We put in place best practices. We just did it. First, we went to pay on receipt. Then when our systems got better, we went pay on consumption. All right. We reduced transactions via the corporate purchase cards. It was paperless. We linked supply management to the business, and it was a strong link. Here is the company that we chose for purchase cards. All right. We had a pretty good audit trail, significant transaction cost reduction, and the shop floor was now empowered to purchase because you could only use the card on preferred suppliers. We trusted people, but we did do audits and we cut the cards, as the saying says there. Trust everyone, but cut the cards. Barriers to success. Here are some of them. People want to audit things to death, and you got to wonder, well, what's the payback on these audits? Price only focus, historically. If we did that, I'm not making a joke, we would all be driving Yugos, right? Because they're the cheapest. Procurement cultural resistance is fierce and stubborn. Sometimes you get a lack of leadership support. Deselected suppliers spread rumors and sour grapes. Sometimes operations and manufacturing misunderstand, so you've got to explain it to them. You need an indomitable spirit and have passion for this. Again, the book that I wrote will really help you understand what we've covered here. Some facts about me. I won't bore you with a lot of them. Did a lot of re-engineering, a lot of transformation, and did a lot of consulting work. Here is some of my contact information. I've got a website, LinkedIn page, a blog, and a Twitter account. By the way, here's another plug for my 9 great business books, which you really ought to try. I call it a real world MBA. Here it comes. If you have any questions or you want some copies of this presentation, email me, thomasdpaoli@yahoo.com or drtomd@gmail.com. Here's my website, drtombooks.com. Again, I urge you to do that. If you have more questions, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks very much. Again, I want people to avoid hard knock lessons. Okay? I had plenty of them. Hope you enjoyed my advice. Thank you for your time. I'd greatly appreciated it. And hope you've learned from this presentation about re-engineering and what a massive task it is. It changes everyone's way of thinking. Thanks much.